Alright, what I will do though, just in case it's... I don't think it's up here. But just in case, we'll go and we'll do one last little roadworky bit. Alright, no repeats. Actually, we won't do one last roadwork, we'll do two last roadworks. Second one we'll do is this one. The reason why we'll do these roadworks is because we will eventually need to deliver goods to that, to Iwo Jima. And we'll want to do it in a reasonably fast and efficient way. So let's just get that sorted now, rather than realizing it later on. Yeah, no. Nothing green. Okay. Let's Control F and type in Iwo Jima. Right, so that's what the problem is. There is a... and it is exactly what I thought it was. There is a Iwo Jima Rail, Japan Industries vehicle shop, and that we will only be able to see once we've unlocked the rail station, basically. So, that's fine. At least now we know what it is. Basically, it's related to Japan Rail. Not particularly exciting or interesting just yet. Alright, let's go down to Southern Island, and, well, not the Southern Island, there are plenty of other more southerly islands, but we will go down here, and let's deal with this plank works. Oh, actually, we only need one truck for that, so let's do that, and then let's send the other truck to do this one that requires asphalt. Okay. Doubt there's going to be anything else, but you never know. The game can sometimes surprise you in the weirdest places. There's roadworks here, which is a little odd. Yeah, so let's just stop for a second. I'm going to switch to red over here and just have a quick look in these areas that we just unlocked. Nothing there. What I want to do is, even though there's no green here, I find it odd that there is roadworks here. It could just be for shortcuts, but, you know, the game likes to throw weird curveballs at me sometimes. So let's just sort that out whilst we can. Oh, and of course we're up to yet more roadworks. Okay. What do we have here? Okay, trees and plants and planks. Well, planks it is. Alright, let's have a look at red truck. I don't expect there to be anything weird here, but yeah, there isn't. Okay, so it is just shortcut shenanigans. That's fine. We'll fill in the shortcut now anyway, just in case we need it. We have two trucks here. Let's just use it. Okay. Alright, yet another roadworks. Shock horror. That one's steel, this one is rock. Let's get this rock done. Oh, this rock actually requires 2 loads, whereas the steel only requires 1. So we'll do the steel load first. Okay, we've sorted out... actually, let's use the red truck to do the rock one. Yeah. Seems easy enough. Ah, there's a dynamite roadworks over here, and down here. So to get into Kumamoto, we need to use that. Ah, we have discovered a camera factory. Glass, plastic, and computer chips to make cameras. Fantastic. Didn't know Miyazaki Prefecture was... Oh, that's not Prefecture, is it? I didn't know Miyazaki was famous for cameras, but there you go. Let's think. Let's do this roadworks here. Okay, let's go back to you. Now have access to you to come down here, and then yet another roadworks. But this is a roadworks that require plumbing. Okay, we definitely don't have access to that. Let's get you to do this rock one. This island was so easy to do. There was... Huh. No vehicle access. Really? I thought I had vehicle access to Miyazaki. Oh, I don't. Okay, fine. Let's do the gravel first then. Thud, 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 thud. Thud, thud, thud. Doggo's doing doggo things. Sorry, that was probably obscenely loud. Okay, nothing actually in Kumamoto, but that's fine. There is a roadworks here that we can deal with to get into, you know, somewhere that's probably not going to have anything either. But that's okay. Okay. All right. With this done, I think we've still got a little bit to do over here, which I suppose we could be doing with the other trucks, but you know me, I'm lazy. Yeah, look, you need 88 explosives. Let's do it. We have 2 really slow trucks. They can go and get that done. Alrighty. Let's take you down here. I didn't expect there to be anything there, but it never hurts to look. And we're once again at a bunch of roadworks. Let's do this wooden roadwork just here, and that should probably link us up to the end of the island. Alright, red truck is done. Oh, it won't link us up to the end of the island. We have, surprise, surprise, yet more roadworks to be done. Fantastic. Alright, 34.5 of this. And then we switch back to you. Alright, so we're stuck there because of limestone, so that's not really something we can deal with. Yeah, it looks like we can get to the other end of this roadworks, so let's do the clay first, and then we'll have a look at the other one. Last chance for there to be something interesting on this island. I suspect not, but... Oh! I say that, and then we find some interesting things. Okay, so first off we have this to leading to a folk museum. But we also have this. It's roadworks that are limited by lighting. So we had that problem before, and that accesses this little island down here, which has a scent museum. You know, because that's just what you do, right? Can we land on Okinawa? Or... oh yeah, we totally can. There's roads on Okinawa. Awesome. Yeah, it looks like a terrible port to finish, but... man, Okinawa's a little more developed than I thought it was. I've never really looked at it on a map before. The island Yakushima has the ancient forest that inspired Miyazaki to do Princess Mononoke. Nice. See, this is why I can't wait to finish 1,000 businesses. We're at 631 now, but, you know, being able to, like, drop that as a thing on this island somewhere would be pretty cool. So I do look forward to being able to throw in some cool things. Alright, I think we're done here. Just sort of having a quick scroll around. I was going to do this road, but I don't think we need to. I think having this road alone is probably fine. Just doing a quick scan. Nope, looks pretty done to me. Alright, so next up is going to be the Never Eat Soggy Weet-Bix, the northwestern side of Japan. Alright. Now, I don't know if... so Never Eat Soggy Weet-Bix. It's obviously an Australianism, because Weet-Bix is an Australian thing. But it's just a way of remembering which way is your east and your west, because, you know, it can be confusing, you know, to a child. And unfortunately, that confusing to a child thing, my brain has just kept forever. So, you know, good work, brain. Yeah, do you have, you know, a mnemonic for remembering, you know, north, south, east, and west? If so, what is it? I'm curious to know if different parts of the world have different mnemonics for things like that. I suspect they would, but... sure, what rhyme is it? Okay. I'm not gonna try and say that out loud. But that's cool. Never call on Sunday. Okay. And I assume that it's your word for north begins with N, your word for never east begins with O, south begins with Z, and the other one begins with B. Is that how that works, or east is Oost? Sure. Okay. Alright, Japan is looking closer and closer to done here. Yeah, that's just the other side of that. Okay. Alright, let's zoom out a little bit and grab this. Okay, so there are still quite a few places where I haven't finished exploring. Let's see if we can reach them via land. We can't. So we do have this section to do. We have 130. Sure, you know what? Let's just do 130 oil. It's easy enough. Okay, what about these? Alright, we have vehicle access to those. And you. Okay. So even though it's going to take a lot of time, I am just going to go to pretty much every spot that has a red dot and... Hey, Red, why aren't you also doing this? I'm pretty certain I selected both of you to do this. Actually, Yellow, why are you... I swear I selected both of these. Okay. Somehow not. Anyway. Alright. Okay, so there's a little, the tiniest amount of road that we haven't explored over here. But I'm not particularly interested in exploring it, so I'm going to try and go to the other ends of it and see if that got rid of it. It did not get rid of it. It's frustrating because it looks completely explored to me. Either way, it's not green, so I don't care. Like, I'm fairly certain we're not going to find any new places, but we might. It looks like there's a roadworks here that's really annoying, so let's do that next. Let's get both of you to do this one, please. Thank you. To do that one, please. You don't need to repeat. Okay, you two. I got you up here to do a tiny little road that I knew was never going to lead anywhere interesting, but that's okay. Now, I forget, was the ones up here, were one of these dynamite? No, it's trees, aluminium. Oh, nope, one was dynamite. Excellent. Let's get this done because I don't want to forget about this, and I'm curious if there's anything that leads elsewhere. Because dynamite was the natural progression of this island. The other thing that I'm going to do is, if at the end of this we don't have a natural clear progression elsewhere, what I will do is I will exit the game and re-enter the game and see if that opens up a new, like, quest or something, because, I mean, that's how we didn't find out about Japan in the first place. So, let's go and have a look at these guys. Okay, we got a new quest. Okay, nothing too interesting down there, but that's fine. I wasn't really expecting there to be. There's a whole bunch of stuff over here, though. Okay. Just completing roads that I haven't fully explored yet. Ooh. I forgot about this. We couldn't access it this way. Ah, but we can access it the other way. Alright, let's grab both of these. Yep, 68. And let's get you planking. Adelaide. I don't know if you know what planking is, but it is a very stupid thing, and it's one of Adelaide's few international things that it ever started. Adelaide. Let's go back up top. It looks like these are finished. And let's just get rid of you. Alright. So that is all of the northern bit done. I was hoping that there would be some connection over to Russia, but there isn't. I have a feeling with Russia. I have a feeling that Russia might allow me to build businesses straight away. I just might have to finish them, like finish a town. So we might still need to get that rail into Russia potentially. No, I don't care that I don't have vehicle access to that tiny place. Okay. Yeah, a lot of the rest of these seem like tiny, tiny places that we haven't had access to. Alright, doing that roadworks, discovered the rest of that island. No problems there. So which one did you do? You either did expert max jump consistency, or you did get over it. Congratulations. That didn't take you as long as I thought it would, so nice figuring out. Did you look at the thumbnail to figure it out, or did you just be like, I don't know? Nope. Okay. Good work. Yep. That was very sneaky. So the point of that was, so I was going to create an entire world based on a game called Getting Over It by Bennett Foggy. I've never actually played Getting Over It by Bennett Foggy. I should at some point. And there was going to be secret things in it that led you to that level. Well, it depends on what you like and dislike in things, I guess. Oh, okay, surely we can reach this. Or maybe we can't. If we can't, we will be able to via that. So let's do that roadwork. What makes you feel like that game sucks? Sure, I mean, it can make you feel rage, but the whole concept is it's a, it is a platformer at its core that requires a level of skill and can actually be completed quite, what's the word for it? Quite regularly and competently if you have the right level of skill. I think that I would probably dislike it because it falls into that same thing with the note blocks, right? It's just not going to feel like it's not going to feel like it's consistent, and I love me consistency. Consistency is key. All right. I think we can declare Japan done. There are maybe a couple of little locations that we haven't. Sure. Maybe a couple of little locations that we haven't done, but I don't think at this point we're going to find anything new here in Japan. So the question is, what is next? And the answer to that is, well, A, I don't know. But B, I think it's going to depend on one of two things. There's nothing sucky about it. There's a cheat way through that one too, Alpha. If you do look at the level, I think on the third or fourth jump you can stop, and basically I gave up. I gave up on on trying to complete the 12 jumps over and over again. I could get to about like 8 or 9, not consistently, but I could get to about 8 or 9, and just my hand would throw a fit. So I created a dev exit, a filthy dev exit. Oh, found something that we do need to do. Okay. Didn't notice this. I thought we had done all of those. Let's get you up to level 3. No, look, congratulations. It doesn't deserve a like. I tell you what, I will make a level, and it will be a good level. And because I have a few people not on stream who are willing to playtest my levels and give me feedback. So I will make a good level, and I reckon you'll enjoy it. You need to stop making these promises. Nah. I also promised I would play... Oh, I'd forgotten about Sethian. Let me write that down. Sethian. Play the damn game, Bane. Actually, no, let me do one better. Let me go to my email. This is a far more likely way of making Sethian get played. Send an email to myself saying, play Sethian and the game like Sethian that I forget the name of. Yeah. Done. Done and dusted. Alright, let us see if there is some new quest. So let's drop a save. Okay, I'm going to assume that worked. It doesn't go red like when it's saving normally, but let's just assume that it worked. I wish there was a way to go back to the main menu. Oh, hang on. Is there a way to go back to the main menu? No. What? Okay, it doesn't seem to be working, so there's that. There was this thing saying highlight unexplored roads. Anyway, let us jump off. Unfortunately, I don't know a way to exit to the main menu. But we can do that. We are at 80 achievements. 80! Let's do a basic calculation of how far away we're through this game. 80 is what percent of 2,600? We are 3%. 3% of the way through the game. There you go. It's actually kind of surprising, you know, to be completely honest with you. I didn't think I would get this far, but I have, and it's all thanks to you, people who are staying and chatting and giving me support. I would not be playing this game or continuing to play this game without people here jumping in and chatting. There just wouldn't be a point. I sort of get bored of my own sort of head after a while, and a game like this would keep me in my own head. So, there is that. Alright. Let's see if we missed any quests. I know I keep calling them quests. Well, there's one. China, the most populated country in the world, is home to both ancient and modern industries. Complete the port of Shenzhen, China. You can use ocean floaties to get trucks into the country. Okay. We also have Guam. Guam is a US island territory in Micronesia and played a significant part in World War II. Guam has Chamorro villages and ancient latte stone pillars. Complete the dock of Barrigada, Guam. Hint, New Zealand, South Korea, and Japan have resources to complete this region. So I think Guam is probably the next stop on our global tour. But let's have a quick look at Shenzhen, China, to see if... No, definitely not the next stop for us. We don't even know what half of the stuff that Shenzhen needs are. So that's going to be a little while away. Let's have a look at Guam, the dock of Barrigada. Sure, we can supply pretty much all of that, I think. Yeah. Some of these might be German. I don't think so. Grapes is the one I'm a little bit weird about. Why would I want to do Guam? It doesn't look like Guam has any industry on it that I would be particularly interested in doing. I think the goal is, hey, go to Guam, complete Guam, then congratulations, you completed a region. Completing a region will give you a multi-route gizmo. We could go down that path. Alright, let's continue to zoom out. Alright, we can stop now. Grapes. Okay, grapes are in New Zealand. Oats are fine, chicken's fine, bread's fine, camera's fine, transport's fine. Lettuce I'm pretty sure is fine. Let me just double check. Oh yeah, there's even lettuce in Japan. Planks, fertilizer, and wheat are all fine. So yeah, we could totally do that if we wanted to. I don't see how it is like a place for us to go next though. Unless like going into Guam also gives you a mission to go and do something else elsewhere. I hope not. But it is on the mission list, so it is somewhere that we could be doing. Also, the completing, so if we click this, no, I'm trying to think. There is another screen much like that. It tells you about a percentage. No, it's not this one either. Here we go. So 250 total regions on Earth, and we have completed 0%. Now, the reason why this says 0%, The reason why this says 0% is because it only counts completed areas. So it's possible once we complete Guam, it might go up to like 0 point something, you know, something like that. It's possible. We completed... we've done so much in Germany, and yet we've completed 1% of businesses in Germany, 6% of towns. Gosh. This game is so immense. So immense. Yeah, it does. Yeah, 48k. 2,000 of them are in Germany. 7,000 of them are in the US. I like that France also includes the little bits over here as well, like French Polynesia and stuff. There you go. So Russia has slightly more towns than Germany. China has very few towns, which is interesting. It doesn't. I guess because a lot of, like, even though China is massive, a lot of its land is super rural. Like China is kind of like Australia, although, so Australia segments its towns differently to the way that China does. So like, let me get it up with the Google Maps to sort of show it off. So let's zoom in on Australia. So if we were to zoom in like on Sydney, right? So this is Sydney, home of many, many, many towns. In China, this would be 4 towns, right? China would like put all of this as one town, and then all of this is another town, all of this is another town, and all of this is another town. China's towns are massive, size-wise. So, I sort of understand it. Like let's see if I can get it up on a Google map. Hey, look, I don't expect this guy to be lying. I don't expect this guy to be lying. So if I go to maps.google, and let's do the display capture. Sure. Okay. I've already shown you where I live, so shock horror, it's exactly where I said it would be. So let's go have a look at Sydney again, but on Google Maps this time. So so have a look down here, it says 5 kilometers, right? So Sydney is about a 2 kilometer area, right? And then there's North Sydney, which would be about another 2 kilometer area. So let's zoom out and go to China and have a look at Shenzhen, right? Anime torrent saltfish stream how to eat issues. Fascinating quick bookmarks. I totally legally search for my torrents, I promise. Alright, so let's go into China and have a look at Shanghai. So Shanghai has districts, and districts kind of work like towns. But Shanghai, so the city of Sydney, Australia's largest city, okay, is 2 kilometers, okay? Shanghai, which is, I don't know if it's China's largest, it might not be, is, I want the scale to change, but the scale's not changing for me. There it is. Yeah, is 50 square kilometers compared to 2 square kilometers, right? So that's the way that you've got to think about China, is that, like, it just doesn't have towns in the way that Europe or even Japan have. It uses these districts, and I guess the game should consider, these districts as being towns, but it probably doesn't. So, yeah. Anyway. Also, this is salty fish steamed ginger chicken, which this dish here, okay? This dish here is really important. There was a place in Adelaide, which was a Hong Kong specific eatery, and I got along really well with the owner, and they had a menu, and on that menu had, I don't know, let's say 40 different items. They had this 40 item menu, and then they had, no, I'm in Adelaide. They had a 40 menu item, and then in that 40 menu item was all in English. But on the other side of that menu, so if you turned it over, was Chinese, right? And what I noticed is, because I ate there a lot, the food there was amazing, was there was 5 more dishes that existed on the other side of this menu. The dish in particular that, so I was like, how come there are 5 more dishes on this side of the menu? And she answered me, she's like, Westerners don't like these dishes, right? So naturally, that was a challenge. And I was like, hey, would you mind, I was polite about it. I was like, would you mind giving me these dishes? Like, she's like, oh, you might not like them. I'm like, that's okay. At least I'll have tried them, right? And she was like, fine, sure, no worries. And she brought them out one at a time, like on different visits, obviously. I'm not that much of a pig. One of the dishes was this dish, which is salty fish steamed ginger chicken. And that was the best description that she could give me for what it was in English. So it was this on a bed of steamed rice. The reason why Westerners didn't eat it is because it smells exactly like cat food, like warm cat food, right? It smells like so eerily like cat food, it's incredible. It tastes freaking amazing. But getting your brain to be like, this thing that I'm eating is not actually cat food, brain, it's fine, just eat it, was like a mental feat. I eventually got several of my friends to try this dish, and it became a regular dish that I would, they would ask me to get for them while I was going there. So I would go there and I would order like 3 or 4 of this dish to take to see my friends. There you go. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that was great. It was fantastic. Anyway, long story short, I ended up, not going there for a couple of months because I was sick, and you know how I am. And when I went to go back, they were gone. And I had been searching for this dish ever since. And it wasn't until about a year ago when I was on Reddit, and I decided, you know what, I will jump into the Hong Kong Reddit and I'll just ask, because maybe they'll know about this dish and understand it. And they did. They hunted it down. They said that this is most likely it, and I loaded the page up, and this image is pretty much exactly it. The only difference is it doesn't have a bed of rice. Yeah, I am going to make this dish at some point. And it won't be exactly what I remember, I know that, but it'll probably be pretty darn close. So there you go. The story of one of my bookmarks. I'll show off one other bookmark while I'm here, and then I'll get back to the game. This is Steam 250. Now, a lot of people might not know about Steam 250. In fact, it's probably pretty unknown. Steam 250 is a trending games place, right? So these are current games that are like trending on Steam right now. And this can be a good way to find games that are a little esoteric that have been released and recently get really good. So for instance, right, I've never heard about Ender Lilies before. Looks like it was released on Steam yesterday, and it seems to be highly rated based on reviews. So if I'm into Metroidvanias and I've never heard of this game, which is true, I haven't, I can load it up and I can see a bunch of stats and stuff, but basically I can go to the Steam store and then I can see, what it's about. Oh look, it's got tons of reviews. It's recently received a whole bunch of very positive reviews. It's had some, basic updates and stuff, and yeah, it's a good way for me to find new games. So, obviously it has popular games on there as well because it's based on reviews and stuff like that. But a lot of these games I don't know about. And yeah, there's also a there's like hidden gems section, which will give you the same concept of review velocity, but only for games that have like less than a certain number of people who have like reviewed it. So it's like games that are still like overwhelmingly positive, but maybe only like 30 or 40 people have reviewed it. And that's where you can really find some interesting games like this one. So yeah, Steam 250, it's pretty cool. The rest of the other things I'm not going to necessarily get into. So nice try. Let's get back into the game. Alright, so I have a decision to make. The decision is, do we start doing a whole bunch of shipping shenanigans? I think we're about that point. I think, yeah. Like, okay, question. We've unlocked a few new businesses. Are some of these businesses related to the ports in Germany? Oh, they are. Okay, but to get cars I need tires, so that's not on the thing at the moment. But we can pretty much, with the exception of cars, we can pretty much do the Port of Hamburg. Okay, so cars is tires. Alright, let's think about that. Let's have a look at the port over here as well. Alright, we can definitely do this. Yeah, I think beehives we're a little stuck on. But that should be fine. So we have beehives, but I don't think we have a way of... Oh, we have beehives in Western Australia. Huh. Okay, that's not where I was expecting that to come from. Alright, Bunbury. We give it crates, it gives us beehives. Nice. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're gonna tie all of the regions that we have currently unlocked together. We're going to unlock the port in Germany, and that will let us start to get down here. I think that's a really good goal, right? We've done all these areas. Let's tie them together and see what we can do about sort of getting in their way and completing them. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. I like that idea a lot. Alright, so first step, let's get crates into Australia. That seems like a solid start. So, over here, in the port of Tokyo, we are going to want crates. CRATES. There we go. Crates aren't a solid start for Australia, mixing it up with criminals. So I will have you know that I live in the part of Australia that has naught to do with criminals. We were settled by the Dutch, so, you know, almost as bad a fate. Alright. So we got crates going. Port of Botany Bay. We're going to need crates in there. Excellent. And then we're going to need crates here in Mayfield. Well, that could involve getting rid of some of these. I really find the restrictions on rail somewhat limiting. But I think we can get around this. What about if we were to build a rail station in Merriweather? How much would that cost? 600,000. I mean, it's fair. Just a little expensive. All right. So what I'm doing here is I'm following the rail network down. As if Woi Woi isn't part of the rail network. It's basically on the rail network. Alright, let's select the train. Are you telling me that Kensington is on the rail network? I don't think you are. I was going to say, because it is most definitely not on the rail network. I know this rail network very well, having lived there for a significant portion of my life. Redfern is definitely a place that has a rail network, but we can't access any of them by default. So we would need to build a rail station. I don't like that. I don't like that a lot. I mean, 600,000 is a lot. No, that's true. Jake definitely has. He popped in here. He popped his head in and said hello. I don't blame him. It's not his cup of tea. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to build another train station, so what I'm going to do, and I may regret this later, is I'm going to delete one of the things in Mayfield. Probably lettuce. Okay. And we are now going to do a single store and give you crates. Alright. Wunderbar. So next up is you. You're in the port of Tokyo. I control clicked rather than shift clicking. That's bad. Gotta remember shift click is the way to get it up. I want you to take these crates and deliver them to the port of Botany Bay, please. Okay, you're now full. Head on out. There's nothing to do but wait for the ship. I mean, the downside of this is going to be we've got one ship and we're going to be sending goods across the world. But that's okay. You know, someone once told me that, you know, you don't need an 800-ton ship. Maybe you should get like 2 lesser-ton ships. And I didn't listen to them. So, it's my own darn fault.